Welcome to Mr. Williams Part 2 Logic Pro training video. You're in for a treat, believe me. Always with me, always a treat. Right, we're going to learn about Logic. We've learned about how to actually get into Logic and all the little problems with the hardware. We're now going to learn about the software itself. A little bit about instrument selection and effects and quantize and things like that. So bear with me as I go through these things. So first of all, you can see I've got Logic open here. How it will open on the first screen, you open up. I've got a piano selected, and we're going to do a little bit of work on a piano and add some more tracks in and do a few things. So the first thing we need to do is familiarise ourselves with what this screen is. Notice my mouse here. What this channel strip is and what this screen is here, because that can actually disappear. So for instance, if you notice up the top left hand side of your screen, these little trays can be switched off, and you might get Logic looking like that, and sometimes that confuses students. They get really panicky. I can't find any sound, sir. I don't know what to do. Well, all you have to do is for the information channel, you click that, and that gives you all the information about this particular channel you're on. And the next drawer here selected is all your sound drawer. This is the library, the sound library. So let's deal with sounds first, okay? How you choose sounds. I've got a piano selected. All I've done there is I've made sure on the channel information strip the EXS24 is selected. If that's not selected, notice here the mouse, as I show you here, click there, and you can just select any of these synths. These are all different instruments, and throughout the different modules that I teach, we will look at all the other instruments, but at the moment we're doing the EXS24 sampler. That's all you need to know about. Click that, and there you have it. It'll appear there. That's the input. Then you've got all the sounds. So you've got bass, drums, percussion, keyboard, synths. You can read as you go along there. You can select what you want. I've selected an acoustic piano, and I'll just go for this classical piano here, and it will load up. And as you can see, I've got the sound there. Now I'm going to make sure that this sound isn't distorting. If I've got the level too high, for instance, if I've got the level at plus 16, it'll sound awful when I combine instruments. I'm just going to bring that down. Remember the rule. Only have it maximum 0 dB. 0 dB maximum, so everything should be really below. I'm going to select this at -5. Still can hear it, no problem at all. So I've selected a sound. What about another track? Well, we'll look at that in a second. Okay, we'll look at how we actually do the other tracks in a moment. Let's deal first of all with metronome. One of the biggest problems students have is painting time with the metronome, and it should be the most vital. Let's just check if I'm recording again. Oh, I'm still recording. That's brilliant. I love my face. There it is on the screen. We're going to deal with the metronome. So metronome recording. Some people will switch it off. You can see up here on the right hand side of the screen, you can switch the metronome on or off. You've got to have it on, guys, because Logic is useless if you just try and play into it without the metronome. You have to play in time. So I'm going to click the metronome on, and now I'm going to press the record button. And notice it's counted in 4 beats. Why is it counted in 4 beats before it starts actually recording with this marker? Press stop. Because I've got this selected. This is the counting. That's really important, so we can start on beat 1. We're also in 4/4. Do you notice that? If we're in 3/4, 3 beats in a bar, we can change the time signature here, look, to different time signatures, but we're going to go for 4/4 today. This is the tempo. If I want to actually record something slower, I can drag that down. So something you record it, say, at 90. In fact, we're going to do that to show you why recording slow is important. So I'm going to record at 90, even though the track should be about 110. So I'm going to record little piano tracking. Don't worry about what I'm playing. I know I'm a master. I know I'm amazing. I'm just going to play a piano part in, and you're just going to say, well, it's just a piano part. I won't be able to play as good as Sir. I won't be able to play as good as Mr. Williams, but I'll play something in. I'm going to play it in time, and hopefully it'll be slightly loose so I can show you quantized features. So here we go. Press record, piano part. And you notice I've recorded a 4-bar piano part. Now, the problem is, if you have a recording that's sitting halfway through bar 4, or halfway through bar 2, or 3 beats through bar 3, it won't work. You have to make sure that you've recorded chunks in exact bar lengths. When you come then to copy and paste, it's easy. You can copy and paste and it makes sure it butts up. I'll show you an example. I'm going to copy this, Command C. That's how to copy it. Command button C. I'm now going to move my marker to bar 5 and press Command V, which is paste. Command V. And look, if I zoom in here, notice my zoom in, sorry, the wrong way. If I zoom in, I can see here there's no gap. It's bang on 5. So I'm happy with that. You don't want overlapping parts, so make sure they're even and recorded evenly. So here, I've recorded that, and this is what it sounds like. Now if I want to edit that, that's easy. I double click the part, and I can go down to the piano roll. Move my face away here. I can go down to the piano roll. I can alter lengths. I can alter the positions, move them around. I don't really want to at the moment. Look how accurate I am as well. It looks like most of my start points are on the actual beat. I'm really impressed with myself. But I am going to do some quantizing. So here I'm going to quantize this part. I'm going to click here. I've highlighted the actual part. I now go across the left-hand screen in the info trailer, quantize. Now I've played the fastest note here I've played is probably a quaver, a half note. 1 and. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. And notes. Quaver notes. So that's an 8th note. I'm going to select 8th notes. And let's see if that works. Notice down here, everything is now smack on the lines. Yeah, and it's lost some of that human feel because I've quantized it so strong. What you can do is do something called a strength quantize. So if you click the little more tab here, the little triangle, more, and go down to the Q strength, I can take that down to 90%. And what that will do, it'll only move the notes 90% of the way to the grid. It gives it a more human feel. You can set that at 50%. To be honest, I'm such a good player, I can actually have that down to about 40%, and it will still sound epic. I'm correct. Yeah, there you go. Oh, what a groove. That is awesome. Okay, so I've done that. I want to do another track. Easiest way you can do another track is press the plus button. Here, look, to the little plus. That adds a track. I can say another software instrument track. I can create it. And there is another track. Now, I want a bass. So I'm going to click a bass. I'm going to click muted bass. And I'm going to record the bass line in there. And I'll record it in and quantize it. And I'm going to do this quite fast because I've already explained how to do it. So here we go. Record from the beginning. I've practiced with the click, remember. I've already practiced with the click over and over before I've recorded it. You will have to do it more than me. Oh, I've made a mistake. Now, when you make a mistake, what do? Easy. You stop it, you click it, press the backspace button, and it deletes it. No problem at all. Press record again. Here we go. Now, I'm not used to playing at such an amateur speed, so it's quite tricky for me to do that, and I made a few mistakes there. So I can go into the score now, into the bass. I can go into the score, and I'm quite good at reading the score. So I'll make sure I'm on bass. There it is. There's the bass score at the bottom. I can make that smaller if I want, see more of it by zooming in and out. See there? And I can see a few mistakes. I want to quantize it. Notice how the music changes when I quantize this to 8th notes again. Oh, it's much better. But I can see I've got a mistake here. That ain't good. So I'm going to delete that. I'm going to click that note there and delete it. That's what these menus are great for. Now I've got a bass part. I don't like the sound. I'm going to change the sound to a stinger bass instead. Because I like a sting. Here we go. Let's have a look. It's loaded up. That's cool. I like that. That's really nice. I'm enjoying that. Sounding great. Remember, I can press the A button and I can bring up an automation window. This allows me to select a little point here and bring it down. I want it quieter than the piano. I want the piano to be at -5, -9.7 for the bass. Press the A key again, and now I've got a quieter bass. Okay, finally another drum track. I'm going to add another track in. I've just pressed Command D for duplicate. Command D duplicates the track. I'm now going to go over to drum kit. I'm going to select, I don't know, retro rock kit. And hopefully I'll just put a very simple drum beat in now. I won't explain how to do a drum beat, that's for a different tutorial, but here we go. Put a drum beat in. Now that, I was using some 16ths, faster notes. So I'm going to go quantize 16th notes, quantize that track. That's quite cool, I like that. Do you like it? I hope you do. I'm going to increase the tempo now, get the tempo up to 120. I'm going to press the A key again, I think the drums are too loud. And I'm going to take the drums just a little bit down. Yeah, and you notice it's -12, but still the drums are fine. So don't worry about that. Yeah, I like it now. It sounds really cool. So that's really how to quantize and how to play in and how to make sure everything is secure. Again, make sure, look, it's up to the bar. I've done it equal bars, 8 bars. I haven't done it short. It's exactly at the 9th bar, ready to start the next track. There's no overlapping tracks at all. Now let's just do a bit about effects. Make something sound good. We've balanced it, we've recorded it in time, we've used quantize. Let's put a nice reverb on it. Notice the track. If I click the piano track, look down the side of the track here. Here's all the effects that are automatically loaded on in Logic. See the little grey bit here? I can click in there, a spare bit under tape delay, and I'm going to put a little reverb in there. I'm going to go down to reverb. It's like an echo. Gives it a nice sound. I'm going to go to, say, I don't know, let's do Space Designer. I'm going to click the Space Designer, press stereo, and it will load up the reverb for that track. So in the reverb unit, it's quite a complicated thing, but let's do it very simply. We can go into here where it says factory default, click in there. I want a medium space, I want a room, well, that says hall. We've done hall there. Halls, medium spaces, halls, a nice hall. And here we have, hear the echo from the piano part. Silly boy just knocked the window. What a silly boy. Thinks it's fun to knock the window. There you go. You can do the reverb on all the tracks. There's a little bit about effects. And that is part 2 done. I hope you enjoyed that. Follow it through. Try it. That is Logic, the very simple bits of Logic in a nutshell. Signing off till next time. Bye bye.